My wife has been reincarnated as the 10-year-old boy next door. That statement alone does not do justice to the pure horror of my situation, so please allow me to elaborate. In the 11 years since my sweetheart passed, I reluctantly grew to know the new neighbors next door. A bland, inoffensive 30-something couple, who work in banking in some nebulous capacity, and their monster of a son, who I now have to accept as my perfect wife, diabolically born again into the most vengeful of forms. Gary is the name they gave it. Always sweetness and light when others are around, but an unfiltered terror when alone with me. That is the clearest proof yet that I am not mistaken, as nothing could be more evocative of the woman I married. And there have been other signs. The barbecue where I dropped a salad bowl and burnt the steaks. It gave me that look. The reproachful, delicately condescending glare which I have missed so much. And there was the time I came home with the groceries and it followed me into the kitchen and began poking around in the knife drawer, then stood staring in a silent reverence at the dark corner behind a table, where my wife had gasped and spluttered her final belittlements, mixed with vows of a terrible revenge. And the way that it always called me by my first name in that childish sing-song note. Its parents, who had long since abandoned attempts to stamp out this bad habit, never noticed a flicker of spite each time my name was spat at me. Recently, I'm unsure exactly when, it has confirmed its lingering suspicions enough to justify its gleeful endgame. It began to remember things more clearly, I believe. The internet filled in any blanks. There were mentions in the local newspapers when my wife disappeared. My reputation had been impeccable enough to deflect too much suspicion. But this thing next door, it knows me too damn well. Everything has accelerated in the last week. It posted a greeting card through my door reminding me of our impending steel anniversary, which traditionally marks 11 years of blissful matrimony. The date scrawled inside is 11 years to the day that my dear wife departed. There were crude children's crayon drawings of steel implements, daggers, bullets, guns. An appropriate gesture, it must believe. It broke into my home last night to show me that it could. The laptop was open, password cracked. There was an empty file on my desktop, named Inappropriate Photos of the Neighbor's Boy. My total destruction would be child's play. My wife may have won this battle, but I have faith that this war is far from over. Before I end this life tonight, I have made preparations for another to begin. My wife was taken before she had the chance to burn her research about immortality, which rituals to perform, which dark deity to invoke. In a decade or so, the tables will be turned, my darling. We'll meet again.